Good morning, everybody. This is NCP. Today, okay, for about the last month, I've been eating a Costa Rican beans and rice called Gallo Pinto, which I believe that translates to painted rooster. I don't know why. But pretty much every people and countries and geographic places on earth have their own version of beans and rice. That's basically what it is. But they all have their little take on it. So today I've been eating actual black beans and rice because it's just fantastic. The Costa Rican version. Their main thing to make it, the Costa Rican make it different from all the other versions versus like Guatemalan, which is red beans and rice and stuff, is this stuff right here. I had to order this online because it's only in Costa Rica. So I ordered online from, Canada. Anyway. So ordered online and got it. And this is how I knew I was making it right. And now there's plenty of recipes online for this. But I wanted picture. I wanted that because it was the right stuff for sure. Okay? And it's basically a salsa. Kind of like a salsa sauce. Salsa, chili, I don't know, whatever. Now, in my American palate, I guess we're in North America, North Carolina, it tastes exactly the same to me as this. Taco Bell mild sauce, okay? I don't see why you couldn't substitute the two. And I have been using them interchangeable in my cooking. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Today we're going to do the right stuff, kinda. I'm going to try and make a keto version of it. One thing I found very exciting, let me use my big boy voice, very exciting about this is it gives me a lot of energy throughout the day. It's a real stick to your ribs type of meal. I guess it's because it's full of carbs. Which isn't good. So we're going to do a keto version. I'll still be using this, even though it's not really keto. It's depends on your amount of carbs. I mean, everything's keto if you go back and have a low enough amount. But this here says it's 3 carbs per tablespoon. I can't focus on the rest of it. I'll put the macronutrients down below. And I'll post this video later in the day or the next day and let you know if it gave me the energy that I normally get. So if we look at it, it's pretty good here. Whatever it is, I don't know. And then for beans, now I do have the dried soybeans, but today I'm going to be using the black soybeans. And this is where the keto comes in, part of where the keto comes in. Now I don't see why you couldn't just take this, that's what I'm going to use, and just use salsa, a regular salsa in there. But today, this is what we're going to do. And I'll put all the macronutrients below for this. And the rice, I'm going to use cauliflower rice. Pre-made, frozen. I'm going to just heat it up in the microwave. Throw it in the pan to drive off the moisture. And then I'll pour the beans in and cook it together. And add the juice as needed. It kind of looks like a dirty rice, the color-wise. That's all going to come on preference. So we'll see how that works out. I don't believe I'll be able to put it in a mold like you do the other ones. You usually serve it upside a cup or something and it makes a mold. So we're not going to worry about presentation. We're going to worry about taste and carbohydrates. Another thing is the secret to this, my understanding, is when you're eating it, you can't tell the difference between the rice and the beans when they're cooked right. Never did it with soybeans before, but these two things will not have a lot of carbs, and they'll be keto, so we'll figure keto for a cup. It's going to be about 3 to 1, 3 cups of rice to about one cup of black beans. In this case, I believe it's 1.5 cup. It's okay, But we'll figure out the carbs below, and I will probably put in more than necessary of this stuff. Like I said, this was really can't read that. 3 That's sodium. I'll have to look up the carbs. I don't see it on here. Oh, there it is. No, I don't see carbs. Let me check. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, it's 3 carbs. Right there. 3 carbs. It's made in another country, so it's probably net carbs. We'll just go with that. Per tablespoon. But I'm going to put more in, so that's my preference. But I'll give the formula down below for the actual recipe, you know. Like 3 tablespoons maybe. That's like 9 carbs for the whole meal. And actually, yeah, that's what I'll put in the carbohydrates and everything, macros for the whole amount. And then you guys can figure out what your serving size will be and be appropriate. So let me microwave this, and I'll be back when this is ready, and I'll throw in the pan and dry some heat off it. I'll be back. Okay, so it's out of the microwave, still in the bag. We're going to go ahead and put avocado oil in there because that's what's loaded in the dispenser. And just get this all lubed up here. Ah. That's plenty. Okay. So let me get this thing up to temperature and I'll be right back. Alright, so it's almost to temperature. Hand looks kind of rusty, but it's not. So let me go ahead and get this stuff in there. Oh, hold on, we got puppy alert. Alright, I'm back. Puppy has allowed me to continue. I'm going to put this in there. The whole bag. Ish. Put that right there. As other chefs say, let me give this a mix around. We're going to let that go ahead and cook. See, normally they use day-old rice. So it's mostly, this meal is mostly leftovers. Let's put that over there. Separate that once I get going. Let's go ahead and get some peppers in there and saute them up. I need a utensil. I'll be right back. Alright, grab the plastic spoon real quick. We're going to put a bunch of peppers in, or some peppers and onions. Normally you'd use peppers and onions. I think we have a little tomatoes in here. Yeah, I know we do, but... And it's probably more about color than anything else. And like I said, the carbs and stuff will be for the whole meal, not just this one. So let me cook that up. And then I'll speed up through this process so when I add beans. Alright, so the onions are now kind of translucent. That's kind of where I wanted to be. Now we're going to add the beans. And you can open those with a spoon. Just kidding. I reopened it. Ha! So you can go ahead and open those. We'll pour it in. I like it dark, so I put it all in. The juice. Alright. Enough. Now we just mix everything together. And let it simmer for about, I don't know. I never did it with these, so I don't know. But if you're using regular beans and rice, about 10 minutes. And it gets all incorporated and the flavors mix. And it's going to become one flavor. So let me get this all done. I'm going to dry off a lot of the moisture and I'll be right back. So I'm just going to let this simmer for a while. Probably about 3 to 5 minutes while it's stirring constantly. And I noticed the black soybeans, this doesn't get dark. The black beans, the regular ones, the canned black beans, have a lot of dark liquid in them. The soybeans really didn't. So we're driving off all the heat and moisture. It's sitting like this, my hand's getting wet. So I'm going to drive off all that moisture and then I'll be back. Okay, so it's been about 2 or 3 minutes. The heat, or the steam is driven off. I'm going to add Lozano sauce, about a 1/4 cup. I'm going to shake it up first. So I'm going to get this in there. And this was kept in the refrigerator. Sorry. I was taste testing. And my other helpers were taste testing too. My other helpers. They all wanted to play and help. Right, guys? Girls? Gals? Dudes? Yeah, just ignore me. Unless I have food. Whatever. They're helping me out. And by helping me out, I mean working me. Now, I've noticed that this isn't a homogeneous blend where I can differentiate the textures, where normally I couldn't in rolled rice and beans, but this is keto. That's about a quarter cup, I guess. I'm gonna call it a quarter cup. And the stuff is pretty flavorful. So we're gonna get that all incorporated here. And then we'll let it set for a while so the cauliflower can absorb the flavor. Now the rice will absorb it quickly. I've done it 2 ways with the real rice and beans, which is baked beans, black beans, and I put everything in at the same time. This time I did it different because the rice was already had to be cooked in the microwave, cauliflower rice, and soybeans are different. So now I can smell it. And it does have a unique smell, and that's from the Lozano sauce. Otherwise, it doesn't have any smell. But we'll let this set for a while, or cook for a while, and let's see how it tastes. If it's, because I could taste a little difference between the rice and the beans. So let me see here. Okay. I taste the Lozano sauce. It's got the right amount for my personal preference. It's, But now, I was informed if you go to Costa Rica and you ask for beans and rice, you won't get this. You'll get beans and rice. Now this is Costa Rican beans and rice. And I think the only real difference is the sauce here. But like I said, it tastes to me just like Del Taco mild sauce. But that could be me, I'm sure it's unique to every person. But whatever. If I was in a pinch, I would do that. I mean, this jar is about here full. I get about maybe here. Oops, sorry, maybe here full. And I've been using it for a while. I kind of use it for a lot of other things, and I use too much of it most of the time because I like it. I'm what you would call epicurious. I think that's the word. I hope that's the word. Where you take and you're curious to different foods and stuff. Not a foodie, but I don't want to necessarily eat it all, but I want to taste it. I want to know. So this would probably be good, right? Just like that. I mean, it's kind of forming a mold if you push it in, but it won't have the presentation, I don't think, of the real Costa Rican rice and beans. But we'll see. Turn it up a little bit. I'm running this about medium heat. While I was sauteing, and the first part when I had the peppers in there and onions, I was running on high. But I think it's good. I'll probably have maybe a portion about this size here. Probably about a cup, about a third of it, I guess. But now the way you serve it is up to you. My friends in Costa Rica they put fried eggs on top of it. And I'll tell you something, when I eat eggs and I have them with rice, it's not keto, but it is fantastic. When you break the yolks and it gets all down in there. I mean, I'd be in trouble if I could find how they have egg whites? If I could find a carton of egg yolks. I'm sorry, I'm now calling them egg yellows. Egg yellows. That's a joke for me, my friends. He didn't speak English that well, so he didn't know what yolks were called, so I'm like, egg yellows? He's like, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I think this is ready. So let me go ahead and dish this out, or plate it, and I won't show with the eggs on it, because that'll be later on. I'll let this cool down a bit in the fridge probably, and just microwave it back up. But I want to get the real heat and see what, it's heated and see what it tastes like. I'll be back in just a minute when it's plated. Alright, well, it kind of plated a little bit. Not much, but still. So this is the final result. Then I would smush it down. I know, right? Terrible. I put a fried egg or two on top of there. I wonder if they keep it smushed up like that in a thing so it doesn't lose all its heat. And now I gotta make fried egg. So yeah. Alright guys, NCP. This does taste good. And now that it's cool a little bit, I can't really differentiate between the beans and the cauliflower rice. The camera right there. But it's really good. So, I don't know if this is going to give me the energy throughout the day, but we'll see. But I like it. I'm going to do this a lot more often. I do tend to make a lot of rice, so it isn't necessarily keto, but when I can get cauliflower rice already riced, and I don't have to make myself in the blender, I'll just go ahead and have some of this. I don't even bake with it really, but I just eat it like this. Now, I don't see why you couldn't just make it with Del Taco sauce, mild sauce. Del Taco mild sauce. They seem very similar. I'm sure you can find the recipe for that online. And I'd be willing to bet it's extremely similar to this. This might have maybe a little bit tiny, like a dill pickle flavor, but maybe not. It's unique, so I don't know. So everybody have a great day. This is NCP. I'll upload this, and sometime today I'll edit what the macronutrients at the bottom, and almost more importantly, whether I get the same energy influx for the day, and I'll see if it spikes my type 2 diabetes or not. I suspect it won't, unless I eat a whole lot of it, which, I might. I mean, carbs are carbs, but not really. There's better carbs and less carbs. Cauliflower has a very low glycemic index. Black soybeans have a low glycemic index. And soy, you really don't eat on the keto diet. So there's going to be some controversy there. But this is all the soy I eat. It's just soybeans occasionally. And I should have probably saved half of them and mashed them up for burritos or something later on low carb tortillas. But that's either or. Alright guys, NCP, you have a great weekend. I'm going to go out and have some fun with the dogs and play with my puppies. Alright, have a good one.